From the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Coming up on the Q30 News Update, a missing Oregon woman is found.
And how students can order food from the cafeteria on their phone.
Plus, HIV tests that you can take at home. The news starts now. Good evening and welcome to the Q30 News Update. I'm Nikki Barrett.
And I'm China Boschel. We're first going to toss it over to Erin Murphy for an update on what's going on around campus. Here's Erin with the latest.
Guys, the Bobcat Den is now making food more accessible than ever with their new app. Chartwells has teamed up with Tipingo to make an app for both iPhone and Android users. Students will now be able to download the app to view their order and order their food that should be prepared in no more than 15 minutes. It will allow students to not only order online, but also pay by simply typing in your Q card number. A designated area will be assigned for pickup, making food easier to get than ever before. To access the app, go to Apple's App Store or Android's Play Store and type in Tipingo. And speaking of food, making food more accessible than ever, Quinnipiac Cafeteria is making loaves of bread and cartons of eggs available in hopes to make a grocery shopping a little easier for Quinnipiac students. While the items may be limited now, hopefully as the school year continues, more items will be added. That's all for QU News. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Erin. There seems to be trouble in Beirut, Lebanon. A large bomb exploded on Friday, killing a top Lebanese security official, General Wassal al-Hassan. Reports say 7 others have died as well. The bomb also was reported to have wounded dozens and has been spreading anxiety throughout the city. Hassan, a Sunni Muslim, was the target of the explosion. The identities of the other victims have not been identified yet.
Missing since last Tuesday, the body of 21-year-old Whitney Heichel has been found. Police Chief Craig Junginger says searchers found the body of Heichel on Larch Mountain, a remote and heavily forested area in Gresham, Oregon. Heichel left her apartment for work but never arrived. She was reported missing 3 hours later, but her husband, who was unable to reach Heichel to find out where she was and how she never showed up to work. Police arrested 24-year-old Jonathan Holt for investigation of aggravated murder. After collecting DNA and fingerprints in Heichel's car, police say they are continuing their investigation. A family spokesperson thanked the police for their commitment to the case and asked for privacy for the family in their time of loss. Here's Danielle with the latest health news.
Thanks, China. Coke, Pepsi, and Dr. Pepper are coming out with new vending machines that will show the calories in each drink. Before appearing nationally, these vending machines will appear in Chicago and San Antonio. These new machines will feature new buttons that show the calories, as well as small decals that state, "Calories count, check then choose." These machines will also help make lower calorie drinks available to all people. And the shelves of American pharmacies are now starting to sell over-the-counter HIV test kits. These new kits are said to process results in less than 30 minutes. The cost of a kit is approximately $40 and is now sold in many convenience stores across the country. Although this may seem like a smart idea, some experts say that the test is not an accurate picture of one's results. Now back to the desk.
Still to come on the Q30 News Update, how a 6th grader defended herself against a burglar.
And who police suspect is the masked gunman in California.
Plus, how Gangnam Style is affecting South Korean tourism. These stories and more when we come back.
Over here. Did you know that the first person to fly faster than the speed of sound was Chuck Yeager back in 1947? No. I didn't think so.
It's fun to know history. Find curious facts from America's past at loc.gov, the Library of Congress website.
What do you get when you mix a chef, a plumber, and a policeman with an abandoned restaurant? A recipe for success. With the help of their local community coalition, these 3 brought in carpenters and electricians. They donated time and materials and helped turn that old restaurant into a family center. Now they're all building a better community, volunteering to help keep kids away from drugs. And that's the tastiest dish of all. Visit helpyourcommunity.org to see what your group can do, because you get more
when you get together. Catch Sports Paws. No! Only on Q30.
Welcome back to the Q30 News Update.
Now let's toss it over to Nicole for the latest in travel news.
Thanks, guys. In travel news, Thailand has a new coffee called Black Ivory. Believe it or not, they use coffee beans that have been removed from elephant species. This is one of the most expensive cups of coffee in the world. It is now selling at $50. Due to the protein breakdown during digestion, the coffee beans are said to have no bitterness. This small-scale business consists of 30 rescued elephants, and 8% of all coffee sales are to donate to GTAEF. Black Ivory is only available in Thailand at Anantaria's 4 resorts. And want to know how to travel Gangnam Style? The popular music video Gangnam Style has amassed over 220 million views on YouTube and sparked massive tourist interest in South Korea. Gangnam Style is a wealthy district in the south of Seoul, and tourists can find high-end stories, fine dining, and fashion. The district of Seoul welcomes the incoming tourists, and tours have even been set up around the popular music video. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Nicole. In other news, a judge in Texas is siding with cheerleaders on a controversial issue. He granted a group of cheerleaders in Concy, Texas, to display Bible verses on their signs for football games for the rest of the season. The Concy School District decided to prohibit the banners, which was considered a great insult. The judge, Stephen Thomas, issued a temporary injunction against the school district, giving the girls permission to use the signs.
12-year-old Kendra St. Clair feels braver than ever after defending herself against a home burglar. The 6th grader acted fast after she heard loud banging on her front door and glass shatter. As a man entered, frightened Kendra called her mother and followed her directions to grab the gun and hide in the closet. Kendra then called 911 from the closet, and the dispatcher stayed on the line. As the burglar opened the door to the closet, Kendra quickly fired the gun through the door and into the intruder, who left the home quickly. 32-year-old Stacy Jones was arrested only a few blocks away and charged with first-degree burglary. Kendra says she feels good knowing she can protect herself. Here's Chelsea and Matt with our favorite segment, Weird News.
Thanks, China. In Zimbabwe, Jubulani Nakub said he was angry when his wife served chicken for dinner and saved the best parts of the chicken for herself. Local traditions apparently dictate the tastiest parts of the chicken be given to the man of the house. Nakub assaulted his wife and then reported her poultry crime to the tribal court. She was then fined 1 chicken for the offense. The wife's grandmother was also fined a chicken by tribal chiefs. Her offense, failing to teach her granddaughter how to treat her husband. Nakub has threatened to seek divorce, and she gives him untasty chicken again. In other news, there is a new trend in Japan involving donuts. If you all may be thinking of the round pastry treats, but in Japan this is not the case. Japan's most recent trend features a donut-shaped lump in the middle of your forehead through injections. Just 2 hours of saline injections into the forehead and a little pressure on the swollen area with your thumb afterwards will give you the new fashion statement. The lump will last for a day before the body absorbs the solution. Saline infusions have been very popular among Japanese body modification fans since 2007. Who knew a giant donut-shaped bulge on your head would be the new way to look cool? Now back to the desk.
What's for dinner tonight? Hamburgers, steak, chicken? How about squirrel? In southwest Michigan, a man started a fire in an apartment complex last Thursday trying to prepare a squirrel to eat. The resident, whose name was not released, was burning off the animal's fur on his 3rd floor deck. Flames spread to the roof, destroying 8 apartments in this complex. Fortunately, no residents were injured in the fire. And last Wednesday, the city hall in Akron, Ohio, was evacuated when someone saw an object that looked like it could be a pipe bomb. Reports said the object was a 4-foot-long aluminum stick with duct tape taped at both ends. The word kaboom was written across it. When police and fire crews came, they found out that the item was not actually a pipe bomb, but a homemade cane. The item belonged to North Hill resident James Natural Hunka Kaboom. Yes, that's his full legal name. The 66-year-old is a regular attendee of city council meetings and had forgotten his cane at a meeting. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Matt. Author Stanley Rothman will be having a book signing at Quinnipiac University this Thursday, October 25th. The signing will be held in the university's bookstore from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Rothman is the author of the book Sandlot Stats, Learning Statistics with Baseball. All Quinnipiac students interested in sports are encouraged to go.
Police are searching for a masked gunman after his shooting spree early Saturday in Inglewood, California. Police say the shooting began at about 4 a.m. when the attacker set the house on fire and started shooting the family after entering. The 30-year-old father died in surgery due to gunshot wounds along with his 4-year-old son. The 28-year-old mother is currently in critical condition for gunshot wounds along with a 6-year-old boy and 7-year-old girl. An 8-year-old boy is uninjured, and the family's names have not yet been released. Both the father and mother fought for their children during the attack. The father died shielding 2 of his children from the shooter, while the mother carried children to safety. Police have no motive, but a neighbor to the family and suspected gunman, Judy Castellanos, describes the shooter as really weird and dangerous, and says that the man had not paid his rent for years and was being evicted. Police say they are continuing their investigation. Here's Nick Pacell with U-Tech News of the Week.
Thanks, Jenna. On October 22nd, we will see the first launch of ISIS, the first electronic wallet. AT&T, Verizon Wireless, and T-Mobile will provide their users with the application on their smartphones, starting with Austin, Texas, and Salt Lake City, Utah as their first testing spots. If these wallets catch on, they could shorten lines at the cashier. I know it would be much quicker for me to simply press a couple buttons to pay than to actually fish around for dollar bills. But for those of us less technologically inclined, it may be a problem, so stay tuned. In other news, have you been using Yahoo lately? If not, you're not alone. Yahoo has been having business problems for years now, and just last Friday it announced that it's ceasing all business in South Korea, citing competition with Google and local companies. Yahoo hopes that by pulling out of South Korea, Gangnam style, it can focus more on global business elsewhere. Its success remains to be seen. That's all for Tech News. I'm Nicholas Pacell.
That's all here at Q30 News Update.
We hope you tune in next week for the latest in all news.
Good night.